So here I am out and about on this lovely day, albeit very blustery, so I hope you can hear me okay. And I'm going to have a go at a clover head infusion. So I'm going to pick just a handful or maybe two of these purple flowers and yeah, let's see how it goes. And here we are back in the kitchen. So first thing to do, as per usual, before we do anything else, is to give them a little washing off. And on to the next stage. And what I did was to heat up 300 millilitres of water. Whilst this was warming, I was here, as you can see, snipping off as many petals as I could from the flower heads and trying to leave as much greenery out of the mix as possible. Now, I picked about 150 flower heads here. It didn't look that many, but trust me, it was. So we shall come back to this in just a second. Right, so I'm almost done, and the next thing I did was to whack in 50 grams of sugar. So what I've got here, this is just a clear view of what actually happened, and as you can see, the liquid has gone a very greeny brown kind of off colour, which is not really what I was expecting it to look like, and I assume when I added the citric acid it's got something to do literally with the acidity of it, but I was quite surprised nonetheless. So I went ahead here and just to show you, this is about half a teaspoon. And look at the colour change there. It's got a reddy pink kind of colour now. So it was a bit of a surprise for myself and, dare I say it, quite a satisfying result. Right, so now we're back with the original batch, and as you can see, the citric acid has already gone in, because it's got that pinky colour to it now, and I've got to boil this, simmer it away for maybe 10-15 minutes just to make sure I'm inverting the sugar. So here we are sometime later. I've obviously taken off the heat and left this to cool down to about room temperature, and as you can see, now we've got a pan full of, oh, I don't know, dead maggots floating about in a little bloodbath. Oh, yummy yummy. Okay, so what I did next, this is the 300 millilitres of the syrup going into the jar. I also added back in the strained off clover petals to see if they'd infuse any more flavour out. And then also the 200 millilitres of 94% ABV spirit goes in. Next thing to do, seal the jar up and leave this to infuse for a few days, and we'll be back to see what happens next. So this infusion has been sat around for about 5 days now, and yeah, look at that, still looks like a load of maggots in a bloodbath. Happy days. So I guess the next thing to do is the usual, strain this all off, bottle it up, and we'll be back for the lovely taste test. So here we are at the end of the video, and as per usual I have my final product. The half-litre test batch of the Clover Head infusion. And check that beauty out. Get a good shot of it. Look at the colour on that. Woohoo! But I can't get too excited because I'm assuming this is going to be very bland and weak flavoured. Yeah, the aroma is exceptionally subtle and bland and weak. No, nothing coming through on that. Right, let's give her a taste test. Cheers. Okay. Yes, there is something in there from the petals, but not much at all. It isn't really that flavoursome, which is a shame. If it doesn't blow your cock off or make you want to finish drinking an entire bottle of it in one go, then what's the point of making it? But yeah, this has potential, but I'm not going to get my hopes up. Give it a go yourself, see what you think. From the off, I would up the quantity of flower heads used in this. It could go very well with mixing with something else. Yeah. But that's all down to personal taste as usual. There we are. Semi-disappointed, but not completely. The colour alone makes me want to drink it. And thanks very much for watching. Until next time. Whoa! Hold your horses there, little lady. There is some extra content after the credit to do with this. And there you go. Till next time, make sure you keep on shining. And here's the additional content. It's not very interesting, but as I did it, I thought I might as well add it into the video anyway. So what you can see me doing here is the same process again, but I had a go at doing it with the white clover heads this time, just to see if the citric acid did the same thing with this, or if it made any difference being a syrup or just plain water. So here's my two test glasses. The glass on the right has the boiled petals in, which is just plain water, and the glass on the left has the boiled petals in, but also an addition of sugar to make it into a syrup. So the plain water one, I'm just going to add in just a touch of the citric acid, and look at that, it goes clear. Yeah, well, that's interesting to me anyway. The one on the left here, the syrup based one, going to do the same thing again, just a tidbit of the powdered citric acid, and we shall see what happens. I didn't take it any further than this, as in taste it or infuse it with alcohol. It was merely just a little experiment for myself, just to see what happens with the white clover heads. And yeah, same thing again, everything goes clear. So put that in your pipe and smoke it.